I'm not joking when I say this. Like, what Dominique Malonga is doing this season is absurd. Like, it's absolutely absurd. And look, the way the WNBA is, you're never gonna take an international prospect at number one, which is the way everything is. The fact that she's probably may not even come over in 2025. She's gonna be at Eurobasket anyway with France. So even if she does come over, it'll be tough because of prioritization rules. But even if she does, she's not gonna be able to play every game. She has to miss a couple of 3 weeks in the middle of the season. Dominique Malonga and Juju Watkins. They're the two best prospects in basketball right now on the women's side. Forget about Hidalgo. Hidalgo's great. Forget about Paige Bueckers. Forget about Paige. Dominique Malonga and Juju. Dominique Malonga is a year and a bit younger than Juju Watkins, I'm pretty sure. So Dominique Malonga turned 19. Maybe it's only a couple of months younger than Juju Watkins. So Juju is 19, in July. She's like 6 months younger than Juju. Malonga turned 19 like a couple of weeks ago. She was 18 years old for a lot of the season. She was 18 years old at the Olympics. And she is the same age. She's 4 years younger than Paige Bueckers. She's nearly 4 years younger than Caitlin Clark. She's over 4 years younger than Paige. I repeat, over 4 years younger than Paige. And what she's doing in EuroCup, which is a much higher level than college basketball, I don't know how many players. We've never seen someone do this. Honestly, as far as I'm aware, it's not happened. So Dominique Malonga is averaging 17.9 points and 10.5 rebounds in EuroCup. They played Galatasaray in the last 16. And look, Galatasaray are a good team. If you guys don't know who Galatasaray have, LDLC Asvel, they beat them by 30 points. So obviously, in the previous game, is this in Gala? So Galatasaray beat them by 5 in Turkey. So this is a must-win game in the last 16 in EuroCup. They needed to win by more than 5. They win by 30. They won by 30. And not only that, it was a 1-point game at halftime. So this is not like a game that should have been blitzed. And if you look at the Galatasaray team, Galatasaray, on their team, have Lee Yuru at center. Look, Lee Yuru is a WNBA player and a pretty decent one. They have Julie Van Loo on the team. They have Chechi Zandalasini, who was a probably second player off the bench for the rightful champions Minnesota Lynx last year. That is who this team has. She's matching up to Lee Yuru. And Dominique Malonga, in a must-win game, comes up with 18 points, 14 rebounds, and is a plus 28 on the floor. She is a plus 28 in a must-win game. Must-win, fate of the universe on the damn line, guarding a WNBA player. She puts up 18 and 14. Madness. At a level that is higher than college basketball. And we can't forget, look, is Dominique Malonga today better than Paige Bueckers? I don't know. Is she today better than Juju Watkins? I don't think so. But neither of them are 6'6" with 6'10" wingspan freak athletes who can standing dunk. She's probably, other than Brittany Griner, might be the only female player that can literally just catch the ball, bend down, squat, and dunk. She is if we're looking at freak athletes in the women's side, she is the most freak athlete there's ever been. She's female Wemby, and also she can shoot the ball. If you're looking at her 3-point percentage, yeah, it's only 28, but she's still shooting a little bit. And she's not being asked to shoot. Her mechanics are good. She's going to be able to shoot them. She's shooting the mid-range shot. Dominique Malonga, realistically, look, if people evaluate talent very differently in the WNBA. But if we were to evaluate talent like this is the equivalent of seeing what Wembanyama is doing, but instead of drafting Wembanyama, you are drafting, trying to think in 2023 who was the best player in college. I can't remember off the top of my head who was the best senior. Let's just say hypothetically Dalton Connect. If Dalton Connect was in and Wembanyama were in the same draft. It would be like looking at Wembanyama and Dalton Connect and going, Dalton Connect's the best player in college. We're going to take Dalton Connect over Wembanyama. Like, it's that dumb, in my opinion. Obviously, Paige is going to be better than like a Dalton Connect, but like, she's 4 years younger. I think you can make the argument that at this point in time, Dominique Malonga is better than Paige Bueckers. Dominique Malonga is better than Kiki Iriafen. Kiki Iriafen's not doing this in EuroCup. There's no way. She's putting up better numbers, or at least equivalent numbers, to what Kiki Iriafen is doing for USC in EuroCup, in one of the highest competitions. And again, 18-14 versus a WNBA player. And she's 19. She is 19. She is going to be 3 years younger than most people that are in this draft. She is 19 years old. She will be 19 for the entirety of her first W season if she comes over. And she has worked out for the Washington Mystics, so she obviously wants to come over to the W. I don't know if it's going to be possible in 2025, but that just means her rookie scale deal starts 1 year later. It means her rookie deal starts 1 year later. So, look, no one's going to do it. No one would ever do it. But based on every single bit of basketball knowledge that has happened when it comes to the draft, based on the way teams evaluate potential, teams evaluate talent, especially at the NBA level, the fact is, Dominique Malonga, if you were asking me, is Dominique Malonga better than Paige Bueckers today? The question is, I don't know. But she's 4 years younger. She's 4 years younger. Is Dominique Malonga going to be better than Paige Bueckers in 4 years? Almost certainly. We've seen the improvement throughout the year. It's absurd. She is probably, she's the best prospect. I was about to say the best prospect we've been since Caitlin Clark. But like, she is a better big prospect. I'm not going to say she's going to be better than A'ja Wilson, but she's a better big prospect than A'ja Wilson. She's probably the best big prospect since Brittany Griner. Like, look, what Brittany Griner was doing in college was crazy. Like, I'm not going to go out there and say, like, oh, she's a bigger prospect than Griner. Like, Griner was taking over Elena Deladon. Elena Deladon was a 30-point per game, 6'5", 2-guard who shot pretty much 50, 40, 90 in college and was an MVP candidate year one. But Griner was still taking over Elena Deladon. That's how good Griner was. But since Griner, and that includes A'ja, Stewie's a bit different, but like in true big prospects, Dominique Malonga should be the second since Brittany Griner. But she won't be because of how international talent is evaluated. But also when it comes to the contracts and stuff, and obviously the issues whether or not they're going to come over. But from a pure basketball perspective, if we're talking purely basketball, the number one pick in the draft, for who's the best fit and everything, you're probably looking at Olivia Miles. Right now, because she's, again, a little bit younger and putting up similar enough stuff to Paige with probably a bit less of an injury issue. I know she has been injured, but a little bit less than Paige. But if we're talking about the way the draft should be evaluated, which is picking up the players that are going to like improve the most and make you the best long term, Dominique Malonga is by so much the best prospect in this draft. Like, by a long shot, she's the best. Because not only is she one of the 3 or 4 best players now, she's 3 years younger than everybody else. But anyway, that's the video. Thank you guys for watching. Please like, comment, and subscribe.